A Wisconsin dad threw his 8-month-old baby at a wall in a rage because he was losing a video game while the mom was buying marijuana. Hey guys, it's Lady T. Welcome back to my channel and stay tuned for another trending news story.
Milwaukee police say it happened Tuesday near 42nd and Good Hope, where court documents show White lives. He's charged with felony child abuse and neglecting a child. Prosecutors did not say what led to the abuse, but did say White confessed to throwing the baby.
The medical personnel have indicated that this child, sadly, is not expected to live, to which case these charges will be increased to a homicide.
Prosecutors also say the baby has multiple old wounds, meaning they have likely been hurt before.
I want to take full accountability for my wrongs and my actions of being under the influence on drugs while my child was in my care. I made a mistake. My mind was moving fast, and I was moving fast, and I wasn't thinking. I thank God every day that he's okay and breathing, and I'm sorry that he suffered those injuries, and I won't ever let that happen again.
Jalin White, who's 22 years old, pleaded guilty to one count of physical abuse of a child, recklessly causing great bodily harm, and neglecting a child, resulting in a great bodily harm, according to the plea agreement. In turn, Milwaukee Circuit Court judge accepted the plea to deviate slightly from the state preferred sentence of 14 years in state prison. The defendant was ultimately sentenced to 12 years in prison with 7 years of probation. The incident had occurred on November 5th, 2024. On that day, White was at home watching his son. The pair was alone in the room the defendant and the child's mother rented, in the home owned by the mother's own parents on the 42nd Street in Milwaukee. The boy, identified as JW in the court documents, was in good health when his mother left to buy some marijuana. This is according to law enforcement. But the mother returned to find her little boy in his playpen making noises. As it turned out, the child was barely breathing and his right arm was twitching. So the mother picked up JW, causing White to angrily ask, "Where are you going?" and demanding she give him the baby. The mom took JW to her father, who told her to call 911. The infant was rushed to a nearby hospital where medical tests showed that he had a large skull fracture, brain hemorrhaging, and 6 broken ribs, and a healing broken collarbone. At one point, the child had a tube placed in his mouth so he can breathe, and he lost pulse, requiring multiple rounds of CPR to revive him. The baby was not expected to survive, but he did, and now experiencing vision problems, depending on a feeding tube, and requires care from multiple specialists each week. When interviewed with detectives, White offered various narratives to account for the child's injuries, including one claim that the little boy fell off the air mattress onto the carpet floor. None of those explanations, however, align with the severity of the trauma. At one point, White said that he was holding the child while standing and playing the video game when the boy fell hard on the floor. Detectives was not satisfied and asked, "Did you try to put him on the bed and he hit the wall?" Eventually, the defendant admitted to throwing JW against the wall while he was frustrated with the video game. White told investigators he was playing NBA 2K, a basketball video game, and became frustrated that he was down 2 points in the fourth quarter, which led him to throw the boy against the wall. The defendant said that he was holding JW to keep him chill for a little bit when the boy grew heavy in his arms, so he threw the child against the wall onto the bed. White described how the boy hit the wall a foot above the bed before landing face first. Detectives said that they would check with the medical professionals to see if that admission made sense. Then the defendant grew adamant. "My son hit his head on the wall," White told detectives, repeatedly emphasizing the impact. "He hit his head hard on the wall, bro. I swear he hit his head on the wall. I heard the wall. It was hard on his head. It was hard. It was a loud, hard wall." During White's first court appearance in November of 2024, a prosecutor described the incident You heard the bang of the wall. On Tuesday, in his likely final court appearance over the matter, the defendant was handed a 9-year sentence on the first count and a 3-year sentence on the second count. He was credited with 419 days spent in pre-trial detention. Alright guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's continue the conversation down below in the comments. Make sure to like the video and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss an upload. I'm Lady T. I'll catch you the next time. Be blessed. Bye.